Hey y'all, happy Thursday! First, let me start by saying, I'm sorry I missed my video yesterday. I actually didn't come to work. I took the day off because I had a little bit of a migraine. 'Tis the season. As it gets warmer, head starts hurting a little bit more, so I try not to push myself in the storage unit in the heat. Just took a day of rest, but we're back and we're gonna pull 2 days worth of orders. Our first order going now is a vintage Nickelodeon cat dog VHS tape. I lunged across a bin at the bins to grab this when I saw it. It only cost me $0.25 and it sold for $14.95. Now, I'm sure you saw the title that said I did not want to sell this item. I also didn't want to not sell it, but I'm not a collector of Annalee dolls. I've kept a few like this Virginia one because I'm from Virginia and I thought it was really cute. And then I have a little Halloween mouse and a little duck up there. I really try to sell everything I buy to sell and not keep everything because I don't want to hoard it. So when we recently picked up some more Annalee dolls for $1 a piece at a yard sale and I saw this chicken, I really didn't want to list it because I love chickens. I have pet chickens and I was like, oh my gosh, they made one for me. But I disciplined myself and said, no, you have to list it. So I did, but I listed it higher for $24.95, hoping it would hang around for a bit. It didn't. It sold within an hour of listing it. Go figure. Guess my little chicken's going to his new home. Next we have some fuzzy dice going out, and these are actually truly vintage fuzzy dice. I picked these up in a garage, a little man cave if you will, at an estate sale for 50 cents. They sold for $19.95. Now we're heading back to our books, and this is an item that I've had listed for quite some time. I'm sure I've ended and sold similar a couple times just to try to bump it in the algorithm. But I was actually surprised it took this long to sell. But it finally did, and for full price, so I'm happy about that. This is the Disney Collection Songbook. Easy piano version, so you can learn how to play all your favorite Disney songs. I think it's pretty cool. And you know what? Even though it took a long time to sell, if I found it again, I would probably still pick it up, because it's a neat item. I only paid $0.25 for this book because it's a paperback and I got it at the bins, so I got a heck of a deal on it. And like I said, it sold for full price at $15.95. Now we're grabbing another item that I feel like I have an endless supply of, but I've got to be getting close to running out of these. Really probably need to go in this little bin and check, but it's a yellow citrus peeler from Tupperware. We got a ton of Tupperware for like $3. All new old stock at a highway sale, so it cost me about $0.05. It sold for $4.95. Now, this next item I think is super cool. We were digging around a house at an estate sale and we were in the laundry room and I hadn't found much in the house that I really wanted, but then I saw these little hangers. They're clothespins that have hangers on them so you can hang them up in a closet, but they have these really cool colors and awesome little flowers on them. I love them. I paid $1 for the set of 6. They sold for $15.95. Alright, next up we have some patches going out, which I feel like I haven't sold a patch in a while. I'm probably forgetting something along the lines that I've sold in the last week or so, but this is actually a lot of patches. There's 4 of them here, and they are vintage military patches. We got a whole bag of these at an estate sale for $1, so I've got about $0.25 invested into them, and they sold for $7.95. Now we have some more books going out, and this is a lot of them. These are the little mini New Testaments that you pretty much find in every house. I tend to pick them up if they are $0.25 or less. I'm not paying big money for them, but I kind of collect them up, and when I get enough to make a lot, I put the lot up. This is 8 of them, so I figure I have about $2 into them. They sold for $19.96. Now we have a little trinket going out, and this was interesting. I actually didn't comp it at the estate sale that I was at when I found it, but I was surprised when I got it home and saw what it sells for. This is a little leprechaun gnome figure playing an accordion standing on top of a piece of genuine Irish marble. I got it at the same estate sale I got the fuzzy dice at, actually. I paid $0.25 for it. It sold for $14.95. Now, I recently put up a video, like a screenshot of my phone and all these cards that I was processing. It was a day that I didn't really feel like leaving the house, and I had a handful of cards here, like for emergency listings if I didn't feel like going to work. And so these were in that pile. They are very mid-century modern, really cool pattern, made by Fournier. I grabbed these at an estate sale for $1. They sold for $16.95. Been doing really good with those double decks of cards lately. They've actually been moving quite fast. Now we have a pen going out, and this we found at the bins, so maybe 10 cents, probably more like a nickel. Very lightweight, but this is a British-made fountain pen, and the cap screws onto the top. Paid a dime by weight. It sold for $19.95. And it wasn't a very busy 2 days of sales, actually kind of slow, but I'm still pleased with the amount that things sold for. The prices were good. Our last item going out is another trinket lot. These have been doing very well for me. I'm very excited that people are still buying them. A lot of different people, actually. They're not all going to the same person. And as always, I say I have roughly $3 into them, which probably isn't even that much, but just to be safe, it sold for $34.95. So like I said, kind of a slow 2 days of sales, but I only have $9.65 into these items, and they sold for $211.41, which is 22 times our money. And everything we sold today, except for one item, sold at full price, so that's not bad. I've been sending offers out, but those aren't the things that are selling. Gotta love a full price sale. We'll see you soon with another video of what's sold.